Shalom, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the elect. This is an article I found on Prison Planet entitled "Student Op-Ed Calls White People an Abomination." It reads on to say, Texas State University student newspaper published an op-ed Tuesday telling white people that your DNA is an abomination. When I think of all the white people I've ever encountered, whether they've been professors, peers, lovers, friends, police officers, etc., there is perhaps only a dozen I would consider decent. Student columnist Rudy Martinez begins the op-ed, which the University Star has now posted on its website. It says, the piece documents Martinez's personal opinion of whiteness and white people, which he defines to include anyone who is a descendant of those Europeans who chose to abandon their identity in search of something new, stolen land. And this guy, Rudy Martinez, he has the spirit of a Jake. He said he's only, out of all the so-called white people he's met, he's only encountered a handful of decent ones, which those ones could have been Jakes. All right, because Esau is a devil, man. He's considered the wicked. Esau Edom, all right, his biblical name, which is a so-called white man, all right, a Caucasian, a cave dweller, is the wicked according to the scriptures. Now it says the piece documents Martinez's personal opinion, and that's Esau for you. They like to call it a personal opinion. All right, when you're fed up about oppression, man. All right, we can grab that actually. This is because our people starting to get fed up with this oppression. All right, paying bills, being under the so-called white man. All right, being looked at as a subhuman, when really they're the ones that's subhuman, man. All right, they don't even have color, man. What's that word? Hue goes into color. This is Psalm 73:8. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. They speak proudly concerning oppression, man. Which leads me to think this is why he wrote this article. It says whether they've been professors, peers, lovers, friends, police officers, etc., there is perhaps only a dozen I would consider decent, which shows you that he's actually encountered a lot of so-called white people from different parts of life. All right. It says student columnist Rudy Martinez begins the op-ed, which the University Star has now posted on his website. So he probably just a lot of these people he's encountered just by observing them or just by talking with them, I would say. It says he finds them to be fucked up, for lack of better terms, It says which he finds includes anyone who is a descendant of those Europeans, all right, which is those Caucasians, man, those cave dwellers, all right, who are in the caves, all right, back when our people ruled Europe, man, for that 1,000-year period, all right, which in the Caucasus Mountains, man, in Georgia, Russia, who chose to abandon their identity to search of something new, stolen land. All right, and this is how our people came in contact with, all right, our brothers, the Native American Indians, the so-called Aztec Indians, the so-called Native American Indians, which are Gad and Issachar, and the different so-called Hispanic brothers. All right, they met us with rape, robbery, and murder, man. It says contending that racial categories are used to subjugate non-white people, Martinez complains that in Texas, a bizarre state I have now inhabited for 4 years, I continuously met individuals that either deny the existence of white people or fail to do something productive with it. So I can read it again. Containing that racial categories are used to subjugate non-white people, Martinez complains that in Texas, a bizarre state I have now inhabited for 4 years, I continuously meet individuals that either deny the existence of white privilege or fail to do something productive with it. You know, because what is white privilege, man? White privilege is the fact that these basically that they deserve this world. The so-called white man, that's the ideology of white privilege. It means that the so-called white people, they believe that they're the top nation upon this world. All right. The scriptures say in Obadiah, let's get that actually, because that goes into white privilege. It says, Obadiah 1:3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. All right. That's that white privilege. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down? Going into their history of them being Europeans, man, them cave dwellers, man. All right. Though thou exaltest thyself as the eagle, white privilege, and though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh, saith the Lord. All right. So at this point in time, the Most High is bringing these devils down. All right. It says addressing white classmates, he asserted that you were not born white, but rather became white and actively remain white. Because that word white was what? It means pure, undefiled. It says, but rather became white and actively remained white through allegiance to a country that was never great. All right, and that's on point, man. All right, that's on point because this country was built by nothing but rape, robbery, and murder of our people. You know, this country known as America. All right, because when you go into like the history, they always have a history. Like if you read up about the history of the Native Americans, they have pre-Columbian age, which means before Christopher Columbus set foot on America, because they like to say he founded America, which that's all a lie too. But before he set foot on America, all right, and then after basically he brought his red ass over here, all right, that's when a whole bunch of diseases started happening, a whole bunch of wickedness started happening, man, on a grand scale. All right, as far as a bunch of killings, rape of all women, all right, the so-called Native American women. It says, and actively remain white through allegiance to a country that was never great. Martinez then warns white people that the oppressive world you have built is coming apart at the seams, describing Donald Trump as the last gasp of white supremacy. Damn. So, here you have it with the statement he just made, right? It says, it's a Time magazine, the end is near. And this is came out around the time of the so-called election of Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. And it says, it's kind of small. I'm going to try to read it for you, brothers. You hypocrites, you know how to interpret the appearance of this earth and sea. Why don't you know how to interpret the present time? It's in Luke. I can't, Salakia. I forgot the precept, but it's in Luke. This precept is in Luke. And that goes to show you how, and then they have a whole bunch of different precepts Basically going into what's going on in this present day, showing you how the end is really near, man. And Donald Trump is indicative of the pride, of the foolish pride rather, of these so-called white people. All right, this guy is indicative of the foolish pride, of the stupidity of these so-called white people. All right. He's an open racist. Which these so-called white people, they use him as a scapegoat, because when you gotta understand, the so-called white man, if he votes for Donald Trump, that means this guy's a racist, man. It clearly goes to show you that this guy's a racist, man. All right, because like I said, they use Donald Trump as a scapegoat to how they really feel, man. All right. So I'm gonna get Job chapter 16 verse 11. All right, because like the brother that wrote the article, Rudy Martinez, and a lot of our people, we feel this way, man. All right. And soon enough, all right, like you have that now people want to burn now Esau want to burn Jake jerseys that don't stand for the American flag. That's the same spirit this guy's in, man. Because they know this place is built upon nothing but lies, man. Upon the backs of you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. All right, this is Job chapter 16 verse 11. It says, God hath delivered me to the ungodly and turned me over into the hands of the wicked. All right, and you come to the understanding of that first and foremost when the Heavenly Father puts a spirit upon you. All right, and then like I said, after he puts a spirit upon you, all right, now you understand through the conversation of these so-called white people, and through the nonsense that you learn, that you're forced to learn in school. That says, just for me personally, I could say, growing up in high school, they would only teach you that the history of blacks started in Africa, man, where we were slaves. All right, and they only teach you more so, and when we were slaves in America, man. That's considered Black History Month, man. Segregation, man. That's considered Black History Month, man. All right. Martin Luther King is considered a Black History Month, man. That's how you know this place is a joke. It says, I was at ease, but he had broken me asunder. He have also taken me by my neck and shaken me to pieces and set me up for his mark. And that's what the scriptures say, man. The wicked shoot in secret at the poor, something to that extent. All right, and that's what Esau does, man. All right, it's something called I know the brother GMS Shield of Faith put that up, to put the video up of how Esau puts specific vaccines that targets so-called black and brown people, man, so-called black and brown people, man. All right, which is your so-called Negroes, you so-called Hispanics, and you so-called Native Indians, man. All right, it says it set me up for his mark. And then where Esau's mark, man. Everything that Esau pushes, all right, that's destructive, he puts it in predominantly Jake neighborhoods, man. It says his archers compass me around, Salaki, his archers compass me round about. He cleaveth my reins asunder, and doth not spare. He poureth out my gall upon the ground. Salaki. It says, his archers compass me round about. He cleaveth my reins asunder, and doth not spare. All right, and Esau don't spare pity upon us, man. All right, even when you Salaki, charge the phone before it die. You know how that goes. Even when you when you look at the things where Jake getting shot with their hands up, or no gun, no nothing in their hand, all right, Esau still has some perverse or smart to say, man. It says, he breaketh me with breach upon breach. All right. What's breach upon breach, man? Slavery, for one. All right. The fact that you call yourself a Dominican or Puerto Rican, that's breach upon breach, man. Because here it is. Our people don't have a pot to piss in, like Jake say, or one to throw it out, or one to throw it out of. But you like to call them a rich nation, man. Because the word Puerto Rico in Spanish means port of riches, man. All right. Or, you got our people with they have their own land. All right. But they poor as hell, man. All right. It says, my face is foul with weeping, and on my eyelids is a shadow of death. All right. And so on and so forth, man. The scriptures say that I was yet a little displeased with Israel, but thou hast helped forward the affliction, man. Let me get that. I think it's in, if I'm not mistaken, Zephaniah 1:15. No, maybe it's Zechariah. Zechariah 1:15. And I am very displeased with the heathen that are at ease. For I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction. All right, so the Heavenly Father, all right, is putting a spirit on Jake because, all right, the Most High, as he said in, what's that precept? It's like, I think it's, okay, it's like right now. Zechariah 9:13. When I have bent bow with from Slakia. When I have bent Judah for me, filled the bow with Ephraim, and raised up thy sons, O Zion, against thy sons, O Greece, and made thee as the sword of a mighty man. So the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, has put his anger within us, man. All right, obviously, first and foremost, starting with the prophets. All right, the real men of great millstone. All right, going out there week in and week out, casting down the strongholds, which mean the lies of the so-called white man. All right, and even going down to average everyday 2/3 Jake, man. All right, because the Most High is going to use us. All right, ultimately, the Most High is going to start off with using us to bring down this place, man. All right. So going back into that article, it says, Martinez then warns white people that the oppressive world you have built is coming apart at the seams, describing Donald Trump as the last gasp of white supremacy. All right, and this is the article where it says, white is over. Your DNA is an abomination. That's right. Through the current political climate in which a white supremacist inhabits the White House, and those of his ilk would try to prove otherwise, I see white people as an aberration, he declares. I believe, let's look up that word aberration. It says, in the Google, says, a departure from what is normal, usual, or expected, typically one that is unwelcome, abnormal. All right, and the so-called white man is abnormal, man. That's why when you go into the book of Genesis, the 25th chapter, the Most High went out of his way to describe how Esau looked, man, because it was different from the rest of the world at that time, man. All right. It says, remember this, Slaki. Through the current political climate in which a white supremacist inhabits the White House, and those of his ilk will try to prove otherwise, I see white people as an aberration or abnormal, he declares. Through a constant ideological struggle in which we aim to deconstruct whiteness and everything attached to it, we will win. That's the spirit, man, because we will win. All right? You know what I'm saying? That's the spirit, man. We will win. All right? Like I just read, Zechariah 9:13. When I have bent Judah for me, filled the bow with Ephraim, and raised up thy sons, O Zion, against thy sons, O Greece, and made thee as the sword of a mighty man. And Yahweh shall be seen over them, and his arrow shall go forth as the lightning. And Yahweh power, and Yahweh God shall blow the trumpet, and shall go while with whirlwinds of the south. All right, so like I said, man, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to use Israel. All right, as he says through the spirit of his mouth. All right, in which countless articles coming out about these devils. First and foremost being us, Israel out there in the highways and byways. All right, and even down on to average 2/3 Israel, man. Until then, however, Martinez offers one final message for white people. Remember this: I hate you because you shouldn't exist. He includes, you are both the dominant apparatus on the planet and the void in which all other cultures upon meeting you die. Damn, that's bad, man. All right, the scriptures speak about because those other nations in Revelation 18. All right, because the other nations, they took part in Babylon's sins. Therefore, what? They're gonna be taken down with Babylon, man. It says, remember this. Reading on. Student body President Connor Clegg told Campus Reform that he believes the article is an embarrassment to his school. I'm the first person who will stand up for the First Amendment any day of the week, he said. But when students are required to pay into a school paper like this, which exposes these racist views, then I certainly think some action needs to be taken against his so-called reporter / columnist. Now it's a problem, man. All right. If Jake, when Jake was docile, all right, house niggas, just going along with the get along, man. All right, everything was all cool, man. He was a good nigga, man. All right. It says Clegg also pointed out that the editor of the Star shared accountability for publishing the op-ed, suggesting they should have exercised more discretion before deciding to run it. All right, but let me get one more precept and then end it out, man. Because that basically serves the point of this article that I had wanted to this article. All right, so this is Psalms chapter 12 verse 1. It says, to the chief musician upon Sheminith, a psalm of David, help Yahweh, for the godly man ceaseth, for the faithful fail from among the children of men. They speak vanity, every one with his neighbor, with flattering lips, and with a double heart do they speak. It says, Yahweh shall cut off all flattering lips and the tongue that speaketh proud things, man. Bringing out this truth. So like I actually want to bring out another one. Real quick. But you know what? That was it, man. The point was proven. Lord willing. Shalom. To you brothers out there pushing word and truth sincerity. Lord willing, you brothers was edified. Shalom.